As your next Oakland mayor, again, my vision is for Oakland to be the best place to live, the best place to live. We do that, we make the policy. Every human being in the city of Oakland will volunteer once a month, 1 hour, to one young person or one adult person to ensure that we're reaching out to each other and ensuring that we're doing the things that they need to do. Try to institute, I know we have not as much input in Oakland Unified School District, but I would like to see the same type of trades that are in the schools when I went to Westlake, when I went to Lakeview, because we no longer have those. If we plan to make a difference in our city, we need to hire a young mayor who's smart, who's intelligent, who's going to listen to our elders. Vote Larry Lionel, Oakland will be well.
Thank you. Next.
I'm sorry, that was good. Folks, I'm just going to say this. As I started to say, not many new ideas. But Joe agrees with Libby agrees with Dan agrees with Brian agrees with the mayor, and yep, the city is going to hell in a handbasket still. And we're all sitting here being asked, seriously, to vote them all back and not into the same office where they were corrupt from the start, or most of them, but where we are now in a desperate situation of serious concern, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm saying to you this, it is time for leadership that delivers, not the promise of delivery. And Kim comes back and explains, well, it wasn't my fault of the Work Investment Board. It wasn't my fault of the commission. It wasn't my fault of the school board. It wasn't my fault of the mayor's office, even though I'm the mayor. No, stop that. Oakland deserves leadership that delivers. Sam Washington, thank you for your time. God bless.
Thank you, Sam. Joe? I want to end this by reminding you what I said at the beginning. Oakland is a beautiful city. It's a city I love. It's a city I've lived in for 30 years. It's a city I intend to die in. Not very soon, I hope. But it's also the reason that I'm running to be the mayor of the city. The next person in has to have some difficult conversations with our stakeholders, which includes the development community, labor unions, business community, and most importantly, all of you, the citizens and the diverse people who are here. Those conversations will be tough. If we're going to make meaningful increases in gains in reducing violent crime and reducing public safety and producing economic development, we have to go in different directions. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., if you go to my link, joetuman.com, we'll release a comprehensive crime plan, and you see the first tenets of it. You can read all of it. It's 17 pages long. I invite you to look at the short-term solutions and the long-term solutions with fuel economic development. Let me also just close by saying, if we're going to realize the potential of this city, it's important that we remember the change to City Hall has to come from the outside. It won't come from the inside. Thank you, Joe.
Hey, Ryan?
I'll start off with that classic question that you hear at election time, and that is, do you feel safer than you felt 4 years ago? I have walked every district in this city, and to a person, people don't feel safe in their homes, at work, and walking around in the streets. Simply don't. I had a magical moment about a month ago where I finally got a woman to agree to marry me, and she has 2 twins. So when I think about a reality of not being safe, and when I'm out, I think about a reality that our twins aren't protected, and a lot of your children aren't protected. We need to see a vision that is a new, safe, educated, and economically healthy Oakland. We've got to be urgent about these things. The things that I'd like you to take away about my candidacy are leadership, big change, and innovation. 2 weeks ago, I was a part of a group that put on a 1,000-person tech conference here. The biggest one that Oakland has had. I'm not waiting to be mayor to do things. Why this is important is because if we can get 10%, up from 1% that we got last year, of the venture dollars in the Bay Area, that would be $1.2 billion invested in Oakland. There would be a game change. I ask you to roll up your sleeves, join this movement, and I'll be working hard to get your vote as mayor over this next 6 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I won't be the youngest mayor of Oakland when I'm elected, but I do believe that I have the history, the skills, the determination to be a mayor that everyone will be proud of. My family and I have dedicated our lives to living in this community, and my partner partner is a civil rights lawyer who's been active since the 1960s in the civil rights movement. We're proud to have raised our children here, both graduated from the public schools, both became Oakland teachers. I believe that I have the ideas and I have the drive to make Oakland a safe and prosperous city that will work for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pat McCullough here. And I've been here for 20 years, and I've been hearing a lot of the same stories like Mr. Washington has that disappoint me. I'm tired of listening to people tell me that we need to do this, we need to do that, and then years later nothing's happened. I've had to suffer with many of the same problems that you have had to suffer with. Bad schools. The solution for me was for my wife and I to volunteer at the one public school we went to for 3 years, and to spend the next 9 years of having my son into private schools. I had to deal with crime in the city and wait for the police to come. I've been attacked. I had to find out that I had to defend myself because the police aren't going to be there when we need it. I don't want anybody else to have to suffer like this. If you elect me as mayor, we will have better schools, safer community, and more prosperity because I've been there, I've worked hard to get those things for myself and my family, and I know why you don't have them. Thank you.
I'm incredibly optimistic about our future because all of you. Oakland is a brilliant, diverse city. I want to be friends here. There's nowhere else that I want to be. And as I have now become a mother, I have always fought hard as a public servant. But to be a mother now, it is to guarantee that we have a safe city. To deliver the statistics and the results back to you, telling you when we will be safe, how we will be safe, and to deliver on that promise. This is one of the most amazing cities in the nation, and we cannot fail if we have the right leadership because you all are here, you're invested, this community moves forward in spite of City Hall. Imagine what we could do if City Hall was on your side.
Thank you.
Yes, I like to say that 4 out of 5 black men agree that the city right now is being represented properly in leadership. I'm from Oakland. My family's from Oakland, and I've been in this city for a long time, and I've seen a lot of the problems. I like to talk about public safety as my closing statement because it's very important. You cannot speak in Oakland, California on public safety without mentioning Measure Y. So when I see these candidates talking about public safety and not mention Measure Y, with the $22 million dedicated to public safety and the $5 million dedicated to outreach, it really, to me, is very embarrassing. Because this is something that we should really be talking about and reforming of this measure. In the last 10 years, 50% of the black population left. In that same 10 years, in 2004, Measure Y was in place. So how do you have those programs dedicated to public safety and outreach programs for the community, but 50% of the black population is gone? Let's do our math. We need new leadership, and we need to stop gentrification, or because gentrification means progress for some people, but for me and my family, it doesn't. And I want you to be part of my family. Town Mayor, Jason Anderson.
Outstanding. Yeah.
As mayor of Oakland, I've done my best in 3 areas where I disagree. I think things have changed and make a difference. I think there's a difference in our police force. It is the most diverse and the most effective that it's been in over a decade. I think that I have built the closest relationships with the school district, and that's why you see these pipeline jobs coming in construction, in healthcare, and law enforcement. Real jobs, real programs, real difference. I think that I've led, probably more than any other mayor, economic development for the whole city, not just for downtown, but for East Oakland, for Long International Boulevard, and West Oakland, that we have thousands of more jobs now, that we have investments, and I frankly don't care if the investments come from China or they come from the Middle East. If they provide jobs for Oaklanders, that's important. And lastly, I think that we have begun to work with neighborhoods and communities. I can't cure the whole recession by myself, and I'm not going to be able to end decades of violence, but quite frankly, we're on track to maybe have the lowest number deaths. And maybe that's not important to some people, but each life is important to me. Each death is personal to me. So if we cut it in half this year, then that's important to us, and that's something we may not celebrate, but that is something that this community has done together, and we can together rise together, but we all have to work together and rise together.
Thank you. That's the end of the question, and we're now going to turn it back to the host, Mr. Tucker. Closing remarks.
On behalf of the 100 Black Men of the Bay Area, the National Coalition of 100 Black Women of the Bay Area, the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce, Black Women Organizing for Political Action, the Faith Advisory Council, Pastors of Oakland, Hands Helping Hands, and the Post newspaper group. We'd like to thank all of our mayoral candidates for joining us. We'd like to thank our distinguished panel for the thought-provoking questions, as well as everyone in the audience for your questions and your concerns for leading Oakland and picking a leader that will represent the needs of our community. Drive safely, and let's hear from you.